If you take the Nigerian accent like this and you slow it down, you put a lot of slavery in there.
Facts.
And then you start to put a little bit of subservience in it. This is what starts to happen to the Nigerian accent.
Man,
it goes this because literally, if you're down here and you start to speed it up, and then you start to take all the thing out of it, then before you know it, you're talking like this.
Now we are free again.
Now we are free. We are released.
Welcome back to On the Shoulders of Giants. Here we are again. But you see the thumbnail, you see the title, so this is not directly about David Oyelowo, but his comments got us here. Because at this time, this is no longer about what David said. It has expanded into a broader discussion about identity, allyship, representation, and whether Black immigrants and foundational Black Americans see each other as partners or competitors in conversations about Black America. In the original interview on 154, as we just saw, David Oyelowo's comments sparked significant online debate. And in the video that we're going to see, that we're going to react to, that I'm going to examine, we're going to see Godfrey addressing the backlash, right? So 3 main questions we're seeking to answer here. 3 main questions. What did David Oyelowo actually say? How did Godfrey respond to the criticism? And are the criticisms that Godfrey is now receiving, is the criticism fair? But before we get deep into it, you know how we do. Please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share, hit that hype button. If you want to support, hit that super like button. You know, make sure you share this with many people and get the information out. Because remember, my objective is never to throw gas on the fire, but it is to get some perspective. We have to have perspective, and we have to have some understanding if we're moving forward, right? So let's look at the clip again. Let's look at the clip again because it's going to be significant. Let's listen to what David Oyelowo is saying. Let's pay attention to what Godfrey is saying and what he's doing.
If you take the Nigerian accent like this and you slow it down, you put a lot of slavery in there.
Facts.
And then you start to put a little bit of subservience in it. This is what starts to happen to the Nigerian accent.
Man,
it goes this because literally, if you're down here and you start to speed it up, and then you start to take all the thing out of it, then before you know it, you're talking like this.
now we are free again.
Now we are free. We are released.
All right, so I hope you paid attention. So in that clip, and this is not our first time seeing it, but in that clip, did Godfrey act as an ally to Black Americans? In that moment, in that space, in that interview, was Godfrey behaving as a true ally to Black Americans? Or even not in that interview, and what we're going to see, is he primarily defending David Oyelowo and dismissing the concerns being raised by many foundational Black Americans? So as we just saw, right, David appeared on the 154 podcast, and he faced criticism because he was talking about the Southern Black accent, and also his facing backlash for his criticism about Black American actors and their feelings about Black British actors playing historic Black American roles. His comments reignited an old discussion regarding opportunities for Black American actors. The interview circulated widely across social media, and many Black Americans argued the discussion ignored longstanding concerns about representation rather than addressing them honestly, right? So a lot of Black people were upset because a lot of them argue the opportunity or employment issue. Now, David Oyelowo did address that, talking about giving opportunities to Black American actors. But more so, the Black Americans are talking about the main characters, the main roles, those historic roles, right? Roles that are played like the Martin Luther King Jr. roles, or the Frederick Douglass, Louis Armstrong, Nina Simone, Harriet Tubman, right? I would say largely, the argument is not about the lack of talent of the Black British actors. Stories are uniquely rooted in Black American history, and they're increasingly creating opportunities for actors outside of that FBA community. And then we move into talking about cultural authenticity, right? So many Black Americans believe that growing up in Black America is different from growing up anywhere else, right? Because when you grow up in Black America, and it depends on where you grow up in Black America, your experience is unique. Because especially when he's talking about the Southern accent, he grossly doesn't understand. Well, he glossed over the differences of the dialects, but he don't really understand Southern dialects, because if he did, he wouldn't have made the statement that he did, right? But it involves like the history, like slave history, Jim Crow history, family traditions, cultural memory, and political experience, right? But they're also talking about a lack of economic opportunity for Black Americans, for foundational Black Americans, and how Hollywood creates like so many leading roles. There's not a lot of leading roles. And if a British actor wins one of those roles, then Black Americans cannot. This is viewed as an employment issue and not just simply an artistic issue by a lot of people. So that brings us to Godfrey going live and responding to callers calling in, asking him about the podcast, and Karen Hunter's response to the podcast. Now, I just got through watching a couple episodes of Karen Hunter, and I couldn't find the exact response to what they were talking about with him. But I just learned that he used to work for Karen Hunter and they got some kind of beef. So let's get into Godfrey's response so we can examine this a lot further. So once again, please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share, and hype this video.
Her saying that shit, look at her now. Now she wants to jump on David Oyelowo because she don't have fucking nothing else to talk about. So she gonna jump on my podcast, which is a dope-ass podcast. And by the way, David Oyelowo has apologized, but British Black people do not have a perspective of American Blacks.
Even get it.
But the fact is that these mistakes need to happen so we can talk about it.
No, they don't. These mistakes don't need to happen. And that's ignorant of him to say that. Like, it's not like David Oyelowo is a teenager. It's not like he's 21 years old. He's a grown man. He's older than me. I'm 42. He's got to be in his 50s. You don't make that type of, that's not a mistake. That's not something that needs to happen. My father always told me a smart man learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from other people's mistakes, right? So David Oyelowo should have been learned to not get in public and make those types of statements, especially if he's claiming to be such an ally of Black Americans, that the Southern Black accent is filled with slavery and subservience. The accent, damn. Those type of mistakes don't need to be made. That's bull.
So we can't have people going, damn, I fucked up. I think David probably didn't mean it that way, but the British Black experience is so different than the Black American experience. He probably was like, no, it's a little subservient.
So why don't you ask questions before you speak then? Ask questions, be intelligent, be as intelligent as you are claiming to be, and ask questions before you go in the public and speak in front of thousands of people and say what you said. Ask questions if you don't know. It's not something you just go out and just say. Come on, Godfrey.
You don't know any better. A lot of them just don't know any better.
No,
and I think it's good that people can listen. Hold up.
It definitely sounded like some white people shit. I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
It was whack. But I said I'm sorry, but it definitely sounded like some white people shit. But I get it.
But what I'm saying is, that's what. Where do you think they're colonized? It's colonial mentality. That's white people shit. That's what I'm trying.
So why are you defending it? Why didn't you have any pushback? If you know it's some white colonizer stuff, why in that moment, instead of saying I am free, yes, why instead of saying that, why didn't you have pushback?
I think people were responding because we appreciate the fact that, although your heritage is Nigerian, listen, I've been through all the arguments with ex-boyfriend, Nigerian, the whole nine. So I understand.
Yeah, but I grew up. First of all, I grew up in Chicago.
We were a little surprised by your reaction.
I don't give a fuck what y'all were thinking because I didn't make him say that.
And see, that's the problem right there. Where he just said he don't give a F about our reaction. Well, stop trying to act like an ally. Stop trying. Take your whole Black American swag and rock your Nigerian swag. Stop pretending to be an ally if you don't care about what people say. You are on that podcast. You're portraying yourself as an ally to Black people. You're on that podcast and you gassing Buddy up. You're going along with Buddy with what he's saying. And then you trying to act like, well, it was just an innocent mistake. No, it wasn't. And then you're going to have the nerve to say you don't give a F about what nobody thinks. Well, we will remember that when it's time to support you. Because we're not going to give a F about what you think when you put out your content. We're not going to give a F about what you think when you go on tour. We're not going to give a F about what you think in anything that you create. Because people can show you better than they can tell you, Godfrey. Because that's not the right thing to say. The best thing for you to say and the best thing for you to do is just be like, I messed up. I should have did this, but you are basically digging your heels in the sand and acting like you know better than everybody else. That's where you're wrong. And that's where you're messing up.
I didn't make him say that. So fuck all of that. Because you all sit there and try to...
It doesn't matter if you made him say it or not. It's still on your podcast and you pretending to be an ally of Black people. You're pretending to be an ally of Black people and he was on your podcast. And see, if somebody come on my podcast and say something wrong, it's on me to check them. It's not on me to defend it. Homeboy or not, you shouldn't have said it. He's on your podcast. Whether he said it or not, it's on your podcast. And you're in this moment, in this space, on your podcast now, on this live, defending it.
Pick at the smallest shit, waiting for us to fuck up. First of all, me and Akbar grew up in Crenshaw. All right. I grew up in Chicago, some of the blackest cities around. Chicago's the most segregated city in this country. So I know what Black Americans are like because I was stopped by cops.
Before he started to put his foot deeper in his mouth, don't Godfrey go viral all the time for reacting to stuff? Don't Godfrey go viral all the time? He's been a hypocrite because he's like, y'all always waiting on us to mess up. You do the same thing. You literally do the same thing. Whenever something racial happens, you are the first one. You're one of the first ones to make a video about it. You do the same thing, but in reality, nobody's waiting on you all to mess up. You all just keep messing up. And you won't acknowledge it. You keep doing it. Like most people are saying, if the podcast is about the African diaspora, why most of the comments, why most of the content, especially the content that we see, is about Black America? Everybody's asking that question. This is where he's about to put his foot deep in his mouth.
Harassed by cops, called nigga, the whole nine. Okay, so I'm a little bit different, but that show, what our show is, it's just 9-10 months. We're doing really well. It's needed. Nothing's gonna be perfect. So when someone goes, I didn't like your reaction, you're not my fucking parent, first off. And I'm the first person, if I fuck up, I'll go, man, my bad. But David said it. So
And you co-signed it. You co-signed it on that. You went along with him. You co-signed it. And now you throwing Buddy under the bus. He said it, but you co-signed it. And then there was no pushback from you. And nobody cares about you being arrested and none of that stuff. What does that have to do with anything else?
To villainize me is bullshit. That's black shit. Just trying to have something to bitch about. See, what we're doing is we're trying to work out our kinks. People are traumatized. Black Americans are traumatized. Caribbeans are traumatized. Africans are traumatized. Everybody's traumatized. Black women are traumatized. Black men are traumatized. So this is all coming from trauma. And this should be a therapeutic podcast.
But you're not a therapist. You're a comedian. A comedian and an ex-football player or ex-actor, whatever Baha Bill me look. I forgot what he did. But you all are not therapists. Have you had a therapist on your podcast talking about being therapeutic? You can't just say stuff. You're a comedian. You're not a therapist. What are you talking about? There's nothing therapeutic about your podcast. You don't know what you're doing. You got a couple of your homeboys and decide to sit down and have conversations, and you can't even get your head out of your butt to listen to the actual real criticism. How are you going to truly be an ally when you're going to tell us how you're supposed to be an ally? No, we tell you.
It should be a podcast where we go, hey, man, we fucked up. We got to talk about these things. But to just go, I'm disappointed. None of you motherfuckers are my parent. None of you. Nobody's perfect talking shit to me.
But the people that you're saying that to are the ones who support you. So they're more important than your parents because they support your career. The people that you're talking to, the people that you're talking down on right now. We don't have to be your parents, but you claim to be an ally and these people support you. And you don't care about what they think, about what your invited guest said on your podcast that you co-signed. All right.
You do a podcast and do better then. But my thing is I'm doing this for the good of all of us to bridge a gap and all this, oh, you're a tether, you're a this, you can eat a...
You're not Godfrey. You don't know what you're doing. Stop acting like you're fixing us. You're not fixing, and that's the arrogance to come at us like you're fixing us, like you're actually doing us a favor doing your podcast. If you keep looking up and your podcast keep causing controversy, you're not fixing anything. You're making it worse. You don't know what you're doing, and you're angry. And you are reacting right now, and you're not even thinking. You just talking.
Dick. I'm just not talking to you, miss. I'm just saying in the general.
Okay,
but you can eat a dick for real. I'm a tether, I'm a this, all these terms for a bunch of traumatized black folk. It's like, first of all, I'm a very well-read man when it comes to black life. Very well-read. I've done mounds of going to see the minister, a Savior's Day, all kinds of shit. I met Stokely Carmichael. I met Francis Cress Welsing. I met all these people. Did you? I can question a lot of people on that.
Listen, I was in college at the same time. Let me just say real quick.
You did. You met all those people, and Black America still not better because of you. What does that matter? It's a whole bunch of people that met all those people. Get a ticket and get in line. You ain't did nothing special. You're not blacker than nobody else because you met them. So what? How has Black America improved because of Godfrey? Because of Godfrey meeting these scholars. What have you contributed to Black America that is actually pushing us forward? That is actually productive? That is actually giving us something tangible that we can actually use? Since you met all those people, what have you learned from them that you implemented that pushed us forward? Nothing. Who cares who you met? You haven't done anything with the information. Who cares how many books you read? Get a ticket and get in line. We all have read books. What have you created that was tangible for Black Americans that actually helped push us forward? Nothing. You haven't done anything. You haven't done anything real to be talking to people like this. Are you crazy?
You know what I mean? If we're gonna do a measure on blackness, I'll probably stomp most of you.
You heard him. You heard him. If we're gonna let him say it again. If we're gonna do a measure on blackness, I will stomp you. Godfrey is out here having the meat slinging contest on who's the blackest.
I'm a tether. I'm a this. All these terms for a bunch of traumatized Black folk. It's like, first of all, I'm a very well-read man when it comes to Black life. Very well-read. I've done mounds of going to see the minister, a Savior's Day, all kinds of shit. I met Stokely Carmichael. I met Francis Cress Welsing. I met all these people. Did you? I can question a lot of people on that.
Listen, I was in college at the same time. Let me just say real quick.
You know what I mean? If we're gonna do a measure on blackness, I'll probably stomp most of you.
That does not make you blacker than anybody else. That does not make you blacker than anybody else because you read books and you met the scholars. But I didn't know we was having a blackness competition, because there are so many people that would kill you with their actual tangible outcomes. Who cares how much information that you've come across and haven't done anything with? Who cares? You ain't built nothing. No, there are no institutions because of Godfrey. There's no economics because of Godfrey. There's no education because of Godfrey. There's no labor law politics. There's no nothing because of Godfrey meeting the scholars and reading the books. We get a podcast. We get comedy. We get you going online and reacting to racists. Nothing tangible. And you really want to say that you're blacker than other people? Really? Your measure of blackness is how much information that you consume, how much information from Black scholars you consume. That's your measure of blackness. You sound real Umarish right now. You sound real Umarish right now, Godfrey. Clearly, you're not the blackest in the room once again, because you ain't done nothing with the information.
It's not sensitivity. It ain't sensitivity. Don't fucking ever say that to me. Okay. It's not sensitivity. It's passion, because I'm on point. I'm not here to make you like, don't try to play good guy like, you're getting sensitive. No, this is passionate shit. And I'm real about it. When people go, oh, you shouldn't have done, fuck all of that.
I know, but what I'm trying to tell you is you switching off, Godfrey. I wasn't.
What'd you say?
Like that. I'm telling you, you've always represented that.
Always, but then you get one little thing and you guys, as much as I speak up for Black women, what do you think?
But the thing is, you haven't atoned for this one, and it's not one little thing. It's a big thing. And you haven't atoned for it. You, Godfrey, haven't said anything about it. You are basically putting it all on David Oyelowo. Yes, he said it, but you were there. You invited him on the podcast. He's on your podcast. He's your guest, and you were with him. I am free. All right. Hold on. Let me take this down.
Nigerian accent like this, and you slow it down. You put a lot of slavery in there.
Facts.
And then you start to put
facts. You heard them? Facts.
In there.
Facts.
And then you start to put a little bit of subservience in it. This is what starts to happen to the Nigerian accent.
Yeah, you heard him. Yeah. You look at him. Yeah. He's an active participant.
Man. It goes. This because literally, if you're down here and you start to speed it up, and then you start to take all the thing out of it, then before you know it, you're talking like this. Now we are free again. Now we are free. We are released.
Now we are free again. He said it. He said it. They want to try to, and if he's so
to me in this business, when I was,
if he's so well read And he met all the scholars. Why didn't he educate David Oyelowo in that moment? Why didn't he educate him instead of we are free? Instead of yes, right, yes, we are free. Instead of all of that co-signing, why didn't you educate? Since you're the blackest in the room, why didn't you educate? Why didn't you take all those years of scholarship and educate the brother right then and there? Because you just talking. Who cares? You came across the information, but you can't do nothing with it. You should have educated that brother in that moment. That would have been very powerful, but you didn't. You co-signed it. And then you want to come here and try to act like you got all the information. Like you more Black American than Black Americans. All right.
Speaking up for you guys. I speak up for you motherfuckers all the time. Most celebrities in Hollywood don't say a goddamn thing about y'all. And I'm always opening my mouth for you guys. I try my best. But I do one thing, you guys just go off.
I get it. All right.
And you do the same thing when people do things. You do the same thing. You make your videos. You always got your videos going through social media talking about this and that. You do the same thing, Godfrey. Stop it. But yeah, you're going to get checked. You're supposed to get checked. Disrespect is supposed to get checked. You think we're supposed to let it slide? You're mad because we didn't let the disrespect slide despite all the other stuff in the past. It doesn't matter who you are. Disrespect gets checked so it doesn't happen again. But in this moment, you're going to stand in the disrespect. So we see who you really are, my brother.
Dante,
yes.
Can you just stop for a second? Can you
fuck out of
speak
here?
to this?
He's not even listening to the lady.
Trying to say that I was just surprised, to be honest, throughout the whole interview. I felt like, I was with you guys because I felt like you was low-key side-eyeing him. So I'm not saying
He was not.
Like
well, first of all, I don't even remember when he said this.
This nigga lying. Listen to this. This nigga lying. We're gonna play the clip again, but listen to him.
I speak up for you motherfuckers all the time. Most celebrities in Hollywood don't say a goddamn thing about y'all. And I'm always opening my mouth for you guys. I try my best. But I do one thing, you guys just go off.
I get it. All right. Dante,
yes.
Can you just stop for a second? Can you
fuck out of
speak
here?
to this? I really was just trying to say that I was just surprised, to be honest, throughout the whole interview. I felt like, I was with you guys because I felt like you was low-key side-eyeing him. So I'm not saying I felt like...
Well, first of all, I don't even remember when he said the shit.
You really weren't even paying attention.
I wasn't even paying attention. First of all, we were having such a... First of all, our interview was fantastic.
Yeah.
We were having fun.
Yeah.
They were like... I said, what did David say?
But I'm going to tell you something. I watched it, and I know, like, I could always tell when you not there.
Yes.
You were zoned the fuck out. You were holding the cards, and you were just reading off, and it went through.
I don't even remember
when he said you bring a little subservience and East. But you gotta understand something. We get this. I've gotten this from Haitian people. I've got this from Caribbean people. How about this? People talk. I'm FBA. And I get it from FBAs because I'm light-skinned. So what we're talking about is overall black trauma that exceeds on, and we're always ready to go hard on black folks. Even when we talk about the roast with Kevin Hart has made black millionaires. He's done where people had.
Basically, they're saying is if somebody does something for you, you should allow them to disrespect you. You should allow disrespect if somebody done something for you. Because they've done something for you, so you owe them the disrespect. It's cool for them to disrespect you because they've done things for you. Basically, what they're saying. But I'm going to let this part play out, and then we're gonna play the clip again because they're lying. Godfrey's lying, talking about he wasn't paying attention, talking about he wasn't really into it. Lies.
Generational wealth for their family for the rest of their lives, and then all of a sudden, because a white boy is white boying, and doing what he does, then everybody wants to turn on Kevin Hart.
Right.
He should have did this. Y'all don't hate Derek Chauvin. I've said this a bunch of times, and every time I say this, people act like I'm crazy. People hate Candace Owens more than they hate Derek Chauvin. They hate they hate the woman.
Prove it. Show us the information to back that up. Don't give us your opinion. Give us the information to back it up. Dante, I challenge you to show the information to back that up. Show it. Don't tell me your opinion from what you watched online. Show me the actual numbers to back that up.
And don't get me wrong, Candace Owens ain't shit. I don't want to be clear. Fuck that bitch. But we hate her for talking about George Floyd more than we hate the white cop that murdered him on film. That's straight trauma.
It's like I said. Right. It's like I said. With David, the fact that you all are going to hold on to that shit.
But so let's deal with the Godfrey, the lady alluding to Dante and Godfrey saying that Godfrey was not even paying attention. All right, we got to play it again.
If you take the Nigerian accent like this and you slow it down, you put a lot of slavery in there.
Facts.
And then
facts. Sound like you paying attention to me. If you can say facts, sound like you paying attention to me, Godfrey. That's one thing, you can't lie when stuff is on camera. It's recorded in your life.
And you start to put a little bit of subservience in it.
He looking Buddy right in his eyes. Then he hit him. Then Godfrey hit him with the He looking Godfrey right in the eyes. Then he hit him with the
This is what starts to happen to the Nigerian.
Yeah, you hear him. Yeah. You are paying. You are engaged in this conversation with him. You are literally coaching him on, cheering him on, rather.
An accent.
Man, look at him. Man, he's into it.
It goes. This because literally, if you're down here and you start to speed it up, and then you start to take all the thing out of it, then before you know it, you're talking like this. Now we are free again.
He ain't engaged, but he the first one saying now we are free again. You ain't got a lot to kick it, man.
Oh, David, David is getting like dragged, which is good. Like you fucked up, and this is good. But to come at me, I'm like, oh man. And first of all, David Ayuolo, when he did Martin Luther King, he raised money for that. He busted his ass it took him 7 years to make that. And he hired nothing but African Americans. He hired Common, right, who played Masavio's dad. Remember Masavio?
Yeah.
But Common played Masavio's father,
yeah,
who was with Dr. King. He hired a lot of African Americans. Now he has a platform called Mansa with Nate Parker, who's Black American.
Yeah.
He's literally hiring and putting people to work. But I mean,
we stand
once again. So allow us to disrespect you because we've done things for you.
On the sideline, we do nothing, and then we criticize everything that black people
do.
But on the same.
What have you done, Dante? How is Black America better because of Dante? How is Black America better because of Godfrey? How is Black America better because of David Oyelowo? How is Black America better? How are we better? What are the real tangible outcomes that we've gotten from any of you three? Because it's easy to sit back in this chair and say, ain't nobody done that. Y'all, that's the common response of somebody who does nothing. It's projection. You haven't done anything, Dante. Black America is not better because of you. But that's the normal projection of people who don't do anything. They're always gonna say, well, ain't nobody doing nothing. You're saying that because you do nothing. Show us your tangible outcomes.
Sense. This is a white supremacy society that turns us against, because they do give these parts to Black British actors, because there is the same way, there's no way in the world they would have let Barack Obama run for the president.
Right. And I addressed that in the last time I talked about this topic, right? But if everybody knows that white supremacy is giving away these roles, then don't take the roles. If everybody knows white supremacy is doing this, then why are the British actors so eager to take the roles? Answer that question, Dante. If everybody knows white supremacy is at the hand of it, why are they still taking those roles?
If he was African American, because there's a class system that says that African Americans are at the bottom of the class system. They will not they need to hold us. When you talk about patriotic assimilation, part of patriotic assimilation is assimilating into the racism against African Americans.
They said just because you're gay, you don't have to sit gay.
You can't help it.
There you go.
Can't help it.
Nah, I'm
That was really funny. Them dumb folded legs. He does that little yoga move.
I'm gonna sit as gay as I can. It's still June, nigga.
But either way, like I said, I'm not like screaming, but I'm saying I'm okay being passionate like this because I just Karen is trying to jump off on because all the podcasting she was talking.
Yeah, but you being disingenuous in all of this as well, and you're angry. You're not passionate. You're angry. You're angry because you know you're wrong. And you want to dig your heels in the sand anyway. No matter that he said it, you co-signed it, cheerleaded on, and then you didn't say anything. He was a guest on your podcast that you invited on, and he said that. You have to make a statement as well. But all right.
Shit about
now
she's trying to do the podcast move. Right, let me dog Godfrey, blah blah. And when someone said apologize to Karen, I haven't talked to her in 6 years.
Here's the thing. I don't even know Karen that well, but it's obviously this is what Karen's doing. This podcast is very popular. Your other podcast was very popular. You're very popular. I just looked at her following. She's doing terrible. So the reason why she's talking about everyone who's doing well is because she wants to be affiliated with people who are doing well.
Is hysterical. You're a fucking black Karen.
Like that's what it is.
Listen. Like I said, I appreciate you calling and stuff and you talking. My passion, I wanted to hype it up because I'm in that mood. But like my whole purpose of what I do is very pro us. And nobody's perfect. Martin Luther King wasn't perfect. Malcolm X wasn't. Muhammad Ali wasn't perfect. He dogged Joe Frazier, who helped him out in the boxing game. But you look at what Muhammad sacrificed for black people, like literally his whole career, not going to Vietnam. So there's other things. But when we make these mistakes and just go, no, but look what you did. I go, but look at all the other shit I've done. Like, I got white women go, you don't like white? Well, you only like black? I go, I prefer black women. It has nothing to do with not liking. I like women, but I like black women the most. It has nothing to do with, but you got women that are in positions that are looking at me like, he only like black girls. They look at that shit. I'm always speaking up for us all the damn time. Let me tell you something. If I didn't give a fuck about black people, I would be on 3 sitcoms by now. I'd be real cooning and tap dancing and shit for real, but I don't do that.
I would say this. Nobody, I bet you all the black people that they focus on, nobody could tell you the name of the white boys that tracked down Ahmaud Arbery and shot him in the street. I bet you nobody knows what their name is.
Who cares if you know the name? What does that mean? Oh, I forgot we're having a Blackness contest. I forgot we having a Blackness contest with no results. Because if you can name the killers of Ahmaud Arbery, that means you're a real black person. Because that means black people are better because you know the names of the people who tracked down Ahmaud Arbery. But once again, and I'm going to stop it right here. But once again, the conversation evolved into, because I've done these things, because we've done these things, because non-FBA actors have done these things, you should allow them to disrespect you. The Muhammad Ali example was terrible. Terrible. I don't care what Muhammad Ali did. And I don't care what Muhammad Ali did for black people, the country, or Joe Frazier, that doesn't give him a license to disrespect anyone. You don't have a license to disrespect us. David Oyelowo doesn't have a license to disrespect us. Dante don't have a license to disrespect us. Nobody has a license to disrespect us, and we just supposed to be happy about it. So, in this live stream that we looked at, we can see Godfrey defending himself and throwing David under the bus. We can see Godfrey dismissing critics. We can see Godfrey making a caricature of FBA arguments. We can see that Godfrey chose not to really engage in the strongest criticism, just dismiss it and just cuss. We can see that he was very emotional, and we can see that he decided not to use facts. So, and let's remember, Godfrey framed much of the backlash as insecurity or tribalism. He did that instead of asking whether there is a legitimate employment and representation concern underneath the criticism, which Dante did address that. But the deeper issue in that is, if British actors understand that white supremacy is at the hand of causing this division, why take the roles? Because those movies don't have to happen from the Hollywood standpoint. Because the black people can get together and do stuff on our own and make sure that a black American is in that role. Right? Because someone can disagree with FBA activists and still acknowledge that there's a legitimate conversation about hiring practices in Hollywood, which I do give Dante credit for that, but there's a deeper question in that. Now, did Godfrey really act like an ally in this live stream that we saw? Because remember, an ally listens first. Because an ally is not going to tell us how they're going to be an ally. We tell them how to be an ally. Now, an ally listens first. Also, did he accurately represent Black America's concerns, or did he mostly argue against a simplified version of those concerns? And we saw what he did. Did Godfrey acknowledge the history and attention? Right? Because Hollywood has historically underfunded Black American stories, undercast Black American actors, and often required Black Americans to fight for representation. Godfrey didn't necessarily acknowledge that. Now, he did talk about David Oyelowo giving opportunities to Black people, but like I said in my last podcast, I want to see David Oyelowo give Black people opportunities that he won't benefit from. That's the real thing. When you are giving out opportunities that you won't benefit from, that's where the real thing comes in. That's where we know you're a real one. Right? So questions for Godfrey, right? Do Black Americans have the right to criticize, disrespect? Do Black Americans have a right to criticize those who hosted the platform that the disrespect occurred on? Do you think criticism automatically equals xenophobia, Godfrey? And can someone disagree with David Oyelowo while still disagreeing? Can someone admire David Oyelowo while still disagreeing with Hollywood's casting patterns, or even disagreeing with what he said? Because people can have a problem with what he said, and people can have a problem with your cheerleading. Your cheerleading is one of the things that really set this off. And then you're acting like you were just a passenger in the car and it just happened and you were daydreaming and all these things. But the most egregious thing is for you to dismiss the claims, dismiss the criticism, and then come back and act like you're the blackest person in the room. Like your experience gives you carte blanche. I don't know how to say that, but your experience gives you a higher, puts you on the higher echelon to talk down to us and educate us about Black American history and Black American issues. It's a non-issue because Godfrey says it is a non-issue because he met Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Don't bring our scholars into this. Because once again, if you are so knowledgeable, why didn't you show it in that podcast, on the podcast? Why didn't you show it there? Why didn't you educate the brother? Why didn't you regurgitate all of that knowledge? Use it. You didn't do it. And then you take this stance, forget, F all of us, F everybody who got a problem with the podcast and everything that he's doing and what he's saying. F everybody. Now, I don't have nothing to do with what he and Karen Hunter got going on, but his response to the people who are mad is trash. And you are not being a very good ally. You're not going to, once again, you're not going to tell us how you're going to be an ally. And we're not going to allow you to disrespect us just because you've done things. You've said things. Well, you haven't really done anything. You just said things publicly. That doesn't warrant disrespect. That doesn't say, well, you're supposed to let me just get away with one. No, disrespect must be checked or it will happen again. But we can see you don't have real respect for us. You have real respect from what you can gain from proximity to us. We see that. So go ahead and do your tap dance and stuff and go ahead and go in Hollywood and get the roles and everything, because if this is how you're going to be an ally, we don't need you. If when the shit hit the fan and the boo-boo is on your face and you're going to act like this, we don't need you to be an ally. We need you to humble yourself, stand in the paint, acknowledge what happened, and let's work to rectify the wrong. And y'all got to start doing more than apologies. We need real rectification. And so, Godfrey, this is a bad look for you, my brother. A bad look for you. And I can guarantee you've lost a lot of support. And if you keep this up, you're going to lose a lot more. And you just only going to have white people. But yeah, man, this is Godfrey being about that bullshit. I hate to do this video about you, Godfrey, but it is what it is. Godfrey on that bullshit. But once again, this is Joseph Ward, just doing my examination. Just doing my examination. The truth will set you free. Please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share, hit that hype button. And remember, I don't give a damn who you are. Whether you are non-FBA or FBA, we will not tolerate disrespect, and disrespect must be checked at the door or it will happen again. That being said, I love you all. And let's make sure we are continuing to put our best foot forward, because if David Oyelowo and Godfrey would have woke up on the morning of that show and Godfrey the morning of this live stream, if they would have woke up putting their best black foot forward, we wouldn't be here. And remember that. So I'll see y'all later. Peace out.